What is the exact meaning of Atma? Is it soul or mind? Atma is what makes a being alive, the ability to be conscious. Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm reading book Devlok with Devdutt Patnayak. It's a talk with Devdutt Patnayak ji. And today I'm gonna read part 6, Atma. So let's continue. It's not related to time or space. It's Anadi, Anant, Nirgun. Any material object can decay with time, is located in a particular space and has certain properties. The opposite of this, that which is unaffected by time, space, form, is called the soul. In Hindi, it's called Atma. The word originated from the Rig Veda. Hinduism believes that everything has Atma. Do stones have Atma too? One school believes that wherever you look, there is a Paramatma. According to this, everything has an Atma and Atma contains everything. Another school says that there are the Ajiv and Jivit, and the non-living do not have an Atma, whereas the living do. The inanimate do not have hunger and are merely made up of the Panch Mahabhut, the 5 basic elements. Where there is Atma, there is hunger. Plants hunger for water and sunlight and grow. Animals and birds too look for food and water. They are alive and therefore there is fear of death. In this, there is an awareness of Atma. Human beings have the ability to think, feel, and with their indriya, senses, they have a heart and brain. Due to these characteristics, they have an Atma. A computer does not have an Atma because it does not have a heart or brain. It does not have feelings. However efficient a robot may be, it cannot show you sympathy or empathy. It is Nirjeev or Ajeev, but according to the other school, even the Nirjeev have an Atma. Do all Indian religions have this concept of Atma? The Rig Veda has an interesting description of the Atma. It's actually a metaphor. Some says it's a poem because it's difficult to describe what is formless. It takes of one bird watching another bird eating fruit, suggesting that our body that enjoys the pleasure of the world is the fruit-eating bird and the one that watches it is our Atma. Our man is watching our sharir. At one level, I am watching you, the fruit-eating bird. On another level, I watch myself. Third level is who is observing my man. That is Atma. These are the observer and what is observed. Observing one's mind is called recursion in English. The ability of seeing oneself is present only in human beings. It arises from the Atma by which I can look at myself and the world around me without emotional attachment or interaction. Our mind feels excitement, happiness, sorrow. The Atma is beyond this, separate from these emotions. In the Upanishads, human beings question the purpose of their existence. Was it just to run after food like all other living things? For Bhog, the answer that emerged was that human beings are supposed to look for meaning, for Atmakyan. In Sanskrit, it's called Mimamsa, that is inquiry. In science, the inquiry is about the outside world, whereas here it is about your inner life. A man went inward. First he saw the flesh, then the indriya, then the heart and mind. He wondered if there was something beyond this. What is it that is stable, Anant and Anadi, and is merely watching? The Atma. Buddha did not believe in this concept. He said everything is destructible, nothing is permanent. Buddhism has Unatma or Annata, that there is no Atma. What we call consciousness is simply chemistry. For instance, grapes becomes wine and acquire alcoholic properties. So when the five elements combine, they form both the animate and the inanimate, from where consciousness arises. There is no permanence. These were the two big schools of thought. A third school is that of Jains. Jainism looks at the Atma as Dravya. The world is made up of two things, Jeev and Ajeev. Here, they look at Atma as that which makes you alive, by which your Indriya are awakened. It is not the same as in Hinduism. Jainism has a concept of Atma, whereas Buddhism doesn't. Yes, Jainism believe that you are stuck on earth because of your karma, which decides whether you will be born on earth or in heaven or hell. A jeev is like a balloon. Your karma is the stone, weighing it down. The heavier the stone, the further it will sink to earth and even beyond to hell. With good deeds, the weight is lessened and the balloon can rise from hell to earth, then to heaven, then to Siddhalok, where the Tirthankars, the wisest men, are. They do not have any karma, they are completely purified beings. Hinduism has a similar concept of rebirth. There are similarities in many of these concepts, but intellectuals will fine tune them as separate concepts. The Bhagavad Puran will say that Atma is God, so you have it, I have it. In Hinduism, the concept of Jivatma and Paramatma emerges, but we don't realize this because we are ignorant. We are confused and not looking correctly. When we do, we will know that there is God in you and in me. That will liberate us. There is a story of Gajendra Moksh in the Vishnu Puran. The king of elephants is strong and powerful. Once a crocodile grabs him in a lake. He tries to free himself but is unable to. Finally, he prays to God who comes and frees him. The idea is that God is freeing you from your ignorance that attaches you to things. The bird watching the fruit, eating bird tells her to not be so taken by the fruit and to look at her too. This concept has been described in different ways by different wise people. So, this is it for today. I'll be back. Till then, keep listening beautiful stories and keep smiling.